Welcome back, all and sundry. I'm here once again with the final episode of I Played a Thing, Tecmo's Deception, Invitation to Darkness. Today we'll be wrapping things up with the last two endings, but first we'll take a look at a couple minor differences that come about from taking different actions earlier in the game. First up, we have Chapter 16, Necklace. You may recall the pirate Bonbon, who is the only invader in the game you can choose to capture but release unharmed. This changes very little. He just says bye and makes a swift exit. I thought this would screw up your bonus, but if you let Bonbon go, the game actually treats it as if he were never there, and you do still get a small genocide or all capture bonus for his merchant companion. Next we have Chapter 22, Evil Decision. This is the mission in which Arius and Alkane return for another assault on the Castle of the Damned, accompanied by the sorcerer Bangal. In the first run of this chapter, I took down Alkane, and Bangal then killed Arius, who gave us a dying speech. As you might expect, if you kill Arius first, Bangal will then betray Alkane instead, and you'll get Alkane's dying words. And now our feature presentation, the two remaining endings, which can only be reached by keeping Fianna alive in Chapter 8. As I touched on earlier in the LP, there are 8 total ending paths, 4 possible combinations of answers you can give for each Fianna dead or alive branch, but 2 of them are reused. Choosing the Resurrect option both times in Chapters 26 and 27 will always give you the Satan Burns the World ending, Fianna's survival notwithstanding. The other recycled ending is the one you get for choosing Lock Up, then Resurrect, in which the main character endlessly roams the castle, living off the souls of unfortunate trespassers. As for the other 2, well, we're going to take a look at those now. For the first of our final 2 endings, we're going to begin by telling Past Vlad we're here to resurrect the devil, and as usual, that's going to piss him off, and we'll have to put him down. Hey, is this the first time we've ever seen my MP in the 6 figures? I think it might be. Anyway, I'm going to do the usual Demon Stomp approach, and I'll have him down very shortly. Since it's gonna be our last scuffle with Past Vlad, I thought I'd take him out with a good old-fashioned pit trap. For old time's sake. What a world indeed. And there's our usual banisher, which we will be needing. The reason my trap success rate is so terrible there is because I was trying to style on him a little bit by killing him with the weakest trap in the game. I had him down to 1 hit point and I was trying to poke him with a basic spike, but he dodged them over and over again. I think hitting him with such a basic trap is more or less impossible. I don't think we need to save or collect bodies. We're headed straight for the ending. In Chapter 27, Apocalypse. Hi, Zammer. Actually, I'm not surprised in the least. And I don't think I can stop you, I think Astarte can. And there's our usual dissension among the villains. Because we are pissing everybody off today, we're gonna tell Astarte we want to lock in the Devil's Power. Don't think I can take you up on that one. Bye. As usual, once she's kind enough to step on it, the Banisher makes the capture perfectly effortless. And we'll take that nice juicy soul and get us right back into the 6 figures. The door to the altar was locked. Vlad, it's all over. But it's too late. The Lord of Darkness has been contained, but at what cost? Come with me, love.
Together, we will make restitution for your sins. I'll always love you, Vlad. My love. I'm sorry, but it's all for the best.
The Lord of Darkness was once again sealed away. The once vicious castle master betrayed the demon and forever lost the use of his dark power. His beloved Fianna slew him violently, and then took her own life upon the bloody blade. Ah, good old murder-suicide. Good for what ails ya. I can't say Vlad didn't have it coming, but I have to wonder why Fianna felt the need to off herself in the bargain. Your guess is as good as mine, folks. Anywho, that leaves us with one final ending, so let's go for it. We rejoin past Vlad one last time in Chapter 26, and as I mentioned as I dropped him into a poison pit, our last tussle with Vlad was our last tussle with Vlad, because this time we're gonna play nice and tell him we're here to lock up the devil's power. And as usual, he is confused but supportive. And he hooks us up with the Banisher. Yep, we've mastered it already because we've already used it several times. But that was other timelines. Ah, the last report card we'll ever receive from Tecmo's deception. And it's a rather pointless one. I can't turn down one last opportunity to enjoy that pseudo-opera. The final apocalypse is upon us. This time I'm actually going to make use of this invader display box in order to kinda punk Astarte. Because if I set the Banisher right next to her, then she should blunder into it immediately as soon as I have control. And the fact that I've already placed a Banisher should let you know what I'm doing now. Locking in the Devil's power once again. Instant defeat. And you know, just to punk Astarte that little bit extra, I'm going to steal her empty wallet.
It's all over. The Lord of Darkness has been contained. But at what price? Now you can spend the rest of your days making amends for your sins. Let's go far away from this place and try to help those in need. I will go with you.
The two lovers left the Castle of the Damned as a distant memory, traveling the world over to aid those in need. No one is quite certain as to where their journey's path has taken them. There we go. I thought I'd end the LP on something of an up note with what is probably the happiest ending Tecmo's Deception is willing to give you. Now let's roll the credits one last time, and then we'll finish up with some final thoughts. Alright then, final thoughts. Tecmo's Deception has been a really interesting LP for me. I was looking forward to covering it because it's a very unique game, even within its own series, but I thought it might turn into something of a slog by the end. It is quite repetitive and long, and getting 2 of the endings would require me to play through most of the game twice, so it was with some trepidation that I set out on this particular journey. Well, I shouldn't have worried. This was a hoot. I'm not sure what changed about me or about the times, but I enjoyed this run of Deception way more than either of my previous 2. Even the replay for the Fianna endings ended up being pretty fun. My best working theory is that Deception wasn't especially low poly or inconsistently translated by the standards of its time, so it felt more serious when it was newish, whereas in 2018 I'm more able to appreciate its goofier qualities. In the end, though, I think the best thing about Tecmo's Deception is the same today as it was in 1996, its creativity. As per my intro blather, there's really nothing else like it. Though I have no particular insight into its development process, it's not hard to imagine a team at Tecmo starting with the idea of a true 3D action RPG, and then just throwing as much cool shit at the wall as they could think of, until it somehow congealed into this glorious mess. So yeah, Tecmo's Deception. I liked it before, and I think I kind of love it now. More importantly, I hope you, gentle viewer, have enjoyed your stay in the luxurious Castle of the Damned. It's been a pleasure as always reading your thoughts and reactions, and I'm looking forward to our next adventure. Until then, rest while your destiny awaits, because that's game, Hendrix! Today's All's Kinda Well That Ends More or Less Well has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnight, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, Martin Schauenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, Electric Keat, McCaffrey Crandall, K. Ivan Rupert, J. Black, and other penitent patrons. Thank you all for your very generous support. As always, it helps me out a lot. And thank you to everyone out there for sharing the journey. I hope it was a fun one, and that the week ahead is a smooth and easy road for you. Take care out there, and I'll see you next game.